Hello, hello, hello. My name is Nakia. Welcome to my channel. Today, we are here to talk about some more books that I am anticipating for the end of 2021. So, let's talk about it, shall we? Okay, so this time it will be all wrapped in one. I am not doing a separate thriller and horror video. I don't have that many books this time anyway, so they will all be in one video, but I will have timestamps so you can see just the horror books if you want to, or just the thriller books. I will sort that for you. So let's start off with horror. I have about 5 for each category and then like 2 sci-fi because I couldn't find that many. But so yeah, hopefully we're gonna keep this short and sweet. So I have my notes, of course. I am also not going to be reading synopsis. Some of you may like it, but my algorithm says differently. So I'm just going to give you a quick summary. Plus, because these are new releases, let's just keep it vague, shall we? So first up, this one probably comes as no surprise, Billy Summers by Stephen King. This one is due out August 3rd. Not much is known about this. It is listed as horror and thriller, but it really just seems like a thriller. It's supposed to be like this hitman for hire who goes on this big job and then things go wrong. So not sure where the horror part comes in, but because I enjoyed later, I'm here for it. Let's move on. Next up, it's funny, both of these have to do with authors that I enjoyed other books by them. So next up, we have a book by J.W. Oker. In case you don't know, he wrote my beloved 12 Nights at Rotter House, and he has a middle grade horror book coming out called The Smashed Man of Dread End. And this one is due on August 17th. All of these dates are tentative because, as I understand, things do change. So, just keep an eye out. Add it to your Goodreads. You'll be updated. This one is about this little girl who moves into a new house and she meets these neighborhood girls that aren't the nicest, and they tell her, do not go in the basement no matter what you do. And she's like, anyway, I'm gonna go in the basement if I want to go in the basement. So she goes into the basement and there's a man, the smashed man of dread in the basement. What is gonna happen? I can't wait. A middle grade from him? Yes, I'm excited. Let's move on. Don't know if you can see my cat here. Sometimes I don't know until I go to edit, but if you can, he's here. If not, don't worry about it. Next up, we have a book called White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. This one is due out September 14th, and it says it is Get Out meets The Haunting of Hill House. I swear every horror book by a Black author is Get Out meets something, which Get Out is one of my favorite movies, so we shall see. I plan to read The Haunting of Hill House soon, so we'll see. That's all I'm going to say. That's enough for me. Let's move on. All right, this is another one. If you are part of the horror community, you probably already have heard of it. It is Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Caw. This one is supposed to come out on October 19th. And this one is a haunted house story with Japanese folklore. It's about a group of friends who show up to this old mansion for a wedding venue, and it's haunted by a ghost bride. So, I have heard nothing but good things about it, so I cannot wait. I love a ghost story, haunted house book, so can't wait. And last but certainly not least, we have an anthology collection called Dark Stars, Newest Tales of Darkest Horror. It is supposed to come out on November 2nd. As I said, it's an anthology series. It has authors like Stephen Graham Jones, who wrote Night of the Mannequins, which I wasn't crazy about, but I mean, hopefully he'll have a short story in here that I like. It also has a story by Josh Mallerman, who wrote Bird Box. I have not read yet, but I plan to because I haven't seen the movie either, so nothing's been spoiled for me. And also a story by Carol Kepnes, who wrote You. Another one I haven't read. Don't think I ever plan to, but I've heard good things. So hopefully I'll enjoy her short horror story. And there's a bunch of other authors. You can go check it out on Goodreads. So looking forward to that. I'm trying to read more anthology collections, especially in the horror genre, so I can get to know some of these authors and find out who I like. So comes out right after Halloween, so should be good still. All right, let's move on to my short little sci-fi list. I come through the sci-fi section, but a lot of sci-fi books are post-apocalyptic, space opera, things that I'm not really generally into. So finding ones that interested me were kind of difficult, but I found 2. First up, we have Far from the Light of Heaven by Tade Thompson. This one is expected on October 26th. All right, this one I'm actually gonna read my notes because these sci-fi things, I don't want to get them wrong and I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce things right. So let me just read you what it says. A ship named Ragtime docks in the Lagos system to bring thousands of sleeping souls to safety. Some never wake, and a skeleton crew on board have to solve a mystery of what's going on. So these kind of books, this trope, I love. I have several books on my TBR that are about people waking up on a ship and things not being right. Just love it. So looking forward to that. Second, we have Noor by Ned Okorafor. I hope I'm saying all of that right. This one is due out November 9th. I am a fan of hers. She wrote Binti. I've read Binti and the second book, Binti Home. I shall be reading the third one very soon. So I'm looking forward to this one. She also has Remote Control, which I haven't read yet, but I plan to. So I'm still looking forward to this one. And again, let me read to you what it says because I don't want to get it wrong. It's about a girl named Anwuli who goes by AO, artificial organism. She has an accident that leaves her disabled. She goes to the market and things go terribly wrong that leave her on the run. And everything is streamed live for people to see, so all are watching. And she's also on the run with this guy. Don't remember why, but yeah, I'm here for it. Kind of reminds me of, with the whole streaming thing, of The Passengers by John Mars. I had to mention them. Both of these books happen to be by African authors, so hey, didn't do that on purpose, but very interesting. Let's move on to the thriller mystery category. Now, this one was probably my longest list, but I really wanted to try to focus on the ones that I am most excited about. I have a long list. You can go check my Goodreads. I have a 2021 anticipated reads books list shelf, so you can go check out what I have on there. My Goodreads is always linked below. For this list, we are going to start with The Last Guest by J.P. Pomer that is due out July 28th. Now, I have said before, I'm not a fan of domestic thrillers, but every now and then, one catches my attention. I have 2 on this list, so don't quote me. All of these, again, are tentative. That don't mean I'm going to read them because I may see a preview and change my mind later. But for right now, I have 2 domestic thrillers on this list that have intrigued me, and this one is one. This is about a couple who have a vacation rental property, and some strange things start to happen on this property, and some secrets come to light. So we shall see. I am interested, as I said, intrigued. Let's move on. Next up, we have one. It sounds more like a cozy mystery, but I'm not sure. It is called The View from the Fishbowl by Elizabeth Crounce, and it's due out August 2nd. And this one, like I said, is very interesting. It's about an immobilized man who hears someone plotting to murder his roommate. And because he cannot move, what can he do to try to stop this from happening? I mean, it's just so intriguing. It already has good reviews so far on Goodreads, so I am really looking forward to this one. Next up, we have The Couple at Number 9 by Claire Douglas, due out August 19th. This one I'm also going to read because I wrote a little more for this one, so I want to make sure I get it right. No! This one is about a couple where the woman is pregnant. They move into a home that was owned by the woman's grandmother, and dead bodies are found when they start to renovate. Ooh. The grandmother has Alzheimer's, so she doesn't really remember a lot. And we're left wondering, who were the victims and did the grandmother have anything to do with it? And they're trying to find out. Ooh. I am really looking forward to this one. Yes. I don't know. Does this one count as a domestic thriller? Not to me, but maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Looking forward to it. Next up, we have Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney, due out September 7th. In case you're like me and you're new to the book community, most new books come out on Tuesdays. I didn't know because I have a calendar where I keep all my lists, and then I just realized, looked at the calendar one day and was like, these are all Tuesdays. So just keep an eye out on Tuesdays. That's what you could do. But anyway, okay. This one is a domestic thriller, but I am intrigued. First of all, I love the cover. Just look at it. Oh, looking forward to it. But this one is about a couple that go on a vacation in Scotland. The husband has facial blindness, so not sure how that's going to factor into the story. And every year they exchange gifts, and the wife writes him a letter that she doesn't normally let him read or something like that. But this year she lets him read it, and some secrets are revealed. And it says, 10 years of marriage, 10 years of secrets, and an anniversary they won't forget. I know Alice Feeney has written some other books that are pretty popular. This one has good reviews so far. So again, I'm looking forward to it. May try to read it around November, December. We'll see. Stay tuned. And last, but certainly not least, we have I Am Not Who You Think I Am by Eric Rickstad, due out September 28th. Okay, this one I really cannot wait for. It is about an 8-year-old boy who sees his father kill himself. And afterward, he finds a note that says, I am not who you think I am. And then he gets older. We fast forward to 10 years later, and he starts to look into the mystery. And I mean, it's just always intriguing when there's a note left behind and you just don't want, what are the secrets? I gotta know. So that wraps up the books I'm looking forward to for the end of, or the second half of 2021. Hopefully I introduced you to some new books that you didn't know about, and maybe you did and I gave you a different spin on them. So, made you a little more intrigued. If you are new here and you want to join my family, you can check out other videos I have here. We have a little bit of fun, a little bit. And yeah, you can subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I usually talk about mystery thrillers, horror, sci-fi, and maybe some fantasy coming up. We'll see, maybe. Feel free to leave me a comment down below and let me know which of these books sounds most intriguing to you. Or if you know me by now, by watching my other videos, if there's an anticipated book that you think I may be interested in that I didn't mention. Again, I have a bunch that I didn't mention. I'm just trying to keep it short, and these were the ones I'm most looking forward to. But again, you could drop a comment down below. So until next time, snuggle up in your hideaway with a good book, unplug as much as possible, especially from the news. Be kind to all kind, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.